Hey there, Dance Studio owners. Welcome to a very special week inside the Transform My Dance Studio podcast. It's Clint here, and every day this week, I'm talking to inspiring, motivating studio owners just like you who have had their ups and their downs along their journey to becoming the CEO of their studio. We are heading to Scotland today or tonight for this young lady, Rachel Young. Now, Rachel's been running the Aberdeen Academy of Performing Arts for the last 12 years. Rachel, you don't even look that old. And created and launched the Mac and Monkey Babies and Preschool Dance Program in 2009. Rachel is one of our graduates from Studio Success Formula Mastery and one of our current members in the Dance Studio Owners Association. Rachel, thank you so much. You've just finished class. It's like 10 p.m. I'm so grateful that you're joining us.
That's okay. It's great to join you.
So Rachel, tell us, how did you get started into running a dance studio?
So ever since I was a little girl at my dance studio where I danced, I always wanted to do it. Really liked the idea of having my own school, my own classes, running a business as well, the business side too. I lived in Perth, Australia, and then when I was 12,
fellow Aussie.
When I was 12, moved back to Scotland in Aberdeen and did my school, did my dance exams. Then I decided, rather than be a professional dancer, I would do a law degree. That was a very tough 4 years. I'd probably do it again because I've got so much more knowledge and it built me as a person. But at the same time, I think the week before I graduated, I did my dance teaching exams, became a qualified dance teacher, and then that was it. Full steam ahead for the school.
That was it. And so you studied your dance teaching and then you went on board to open a dance studio? Like what made you go, okay, I'm going to open a studio?
As I said, it's always something I've wanted to do since I was little. And just thought, I've done my law degree, I've done the university, I've got it behind me, so let's just do it. And then I've always got my law degree to fall back on. So I made sure that I didn't have to fall back on it.
I love it. And so how did you make sure, what did you do in those first few years of owning your studio that made you be able to continue and grow? What were you focused on?
Really, we started with musical theatre. So we did the singing, the dance, the acting side, but my fiance at the time taught drama. So he came on board and taught the drama side. I did the dance, then we had a singing coach come in. From that, we then got the dance students in. So we encouraged the musical theatre to do the dance, then built up the dance school. 2009, we added acrobatic gymnastics to our school. From 2005 to 2010, we hired church halls, sports centres. I think it was nearly a different place every night of the week. Always having an eye on the target, which was our own studios. So for years and years, ever since we set up, we saved and saved and saved. Then eventually, luck came. We started the gymnastics club 2009. And then it was tough doing the gymnastics in a church hall, rolling out the mats, rolling out the marley floor to do your tap. It was tough. It was a labor of love. And then we struck lucky, got our own place. And from then we've never looked back.
Yeah, I love it. What were some of those mistakes that you made in the early years that you think to yourself now, why did I do that?
I don't seem to remember too many mistakes. I kind of see them as, let's try it. If it doesn't work, then we know for the future it doesn't work. We used to spend so much money on advertising. I think that's where we didn't go wrong, but we learned what works, what doesn't work. So I can't say there were any mistakes.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you've just reframed them as learnings. They're just lessons.
Yeah.
And they're framed as experiments versus this has to work. Everything's riding on this one thing that we're doing, which is really important. What were those lessons that you learned around advertising?
So when we started, we didn't have social media. It was all print. It was radio. We used to spend so much money on print, but we got the students in from that. But that was 2005. Times have totally changed. We probably still spent a lot of money on the radio and the print advertising for a little bit too long, being too slow to catch on to social media. So that's probably the only mistake, not keeping our eye on the ball with that. I used to say I'm a bit of a dinosaur with technology. So our invoicing is still done on paper. As of next term, we're going email. So
okay,
we're getting there.
You're getting there. I love it. I want to ask you, tell us about the Mac and the Monkey program that you've got. Tell me about this program. Why did it start? How did you create it? And how does it run inside of the school?
So my staff, my parents, my students know that I get lots of ideas, lots of things that happen. I could be in the car, I could be just in class, and I get an idea. So I think the Mac the Monkey was born on a plane home from a course that I was on. It actually has come from a gymnastics course. So trying to fit the gymnastics within our school and how we're going to make it work. Mac was born, we've developed it since 2009. We've created our own music, our own stories. We have a gymnastics program and a dance program. Depending on which time of the year, we have more students in gymnastics, and then they switch to dance, or dance and they come to gymnastics. They do both because they're two totally different things.
Sure.
We started with the walkers and the toddlers. We put it up to 5 years old as well. We have a lot of students continue on from the Mac. It was quite cool tonight. We're running drop-in gymnastics classes tonight. So we've got lots of new kids coming to try it. And one of the kids, I was introducing myself, and one of the kids said, I said to her, "Have I met you before?" And she said, "Yes, you have." I was like, okay, trying to think who she was. And then she said, "I came to you when I was 2 years old and did your Mac the Monkey gymnastics." And I'm like, oh, wow, now she's back. So we have a lot of students who start with us when they're toddlers, then they maybe stop, and then they come back. And they come back to the school, and they're that little bit older. They have fond memories. It's really good. And then we run the babies now as well, because we had lots of interest from babies. So we created the baby program when I had my own son 5 years ago. So I would take him along, and it was great. It was a physical workout with a baby in your arm. So yeah, we've created everything from scratch. It's all come from my classes, my head, my ideas. It's one of our favorite programs that we do run.
It sounds amazing. What do you think are the standout points of that program versus the other programs that are out there for that specific age group? Because there are so many preschool programs out there now. Yeah. Like, what is it that you do that, that is the special sauce that keeps them around, that gets them in the door?
I think it's just Mac. I think it's what we've created, all the images that we've designed. We were in the process of licensing Mac out. We've had a lot of legal things where people have tried to copy, tried to steal the name. You might have seen my trademark posts in the SOA. I know lots about that. Yeah. And obviously my law background has totally helped that, making sure we're thoroughly protected. So it's just Mac himself. The kids love him. I get phone calls saying, "Are you the monkey lady?" I get emails to Mac the Monkey, "We want to come to class." It's great.
That's awesome. Well done. You've really created a brand and an identity around a character that that it's working so well. I love it. I think it's so clever and awesome. Tell us a little bit about the Dance Compete Achieve competition. You're a very busy lady, Rachel.
It's all these ideas.
I know, right? I was just going to say to you, when you're saying I'm an ideas person, I was like, yeah, and you've got a dance competition as well. So tell us a little bit, because I know a lot of studios say, we've seen it in the association, also in Studio Success Formula Mastery, around creating a competition. How did that come about, and why did you think it was a good idea for you to go into that space?
Just through conversations with my own students. Our competition team is not elite. The kids are not selected because they're wonderful. They're going to be first place winners. Mm-hmm. We open it up to any student who wants to compete. So we have the recreational kids who come once a week. They want to compete. Perfect. We give them a solo, we choreograph, we work with them to see what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And we found a lot of competitions that we go to are very much for first place winners. You know, it's very competitive. We wanted to create an environment where, yes, we have our first place winners, you know, we have the kids that are very competitive, mm-hmm. but we want a safe environment for other kids just to try to compete. We don't want to put them to a competition and they're dancing in the same section as another kid that's been competing for 2 years. It doesn't do any child's confidence, you know, any good. So we wanted to create something where we have 3 tiers, you know, a safe one for beginners. The teachers can decide, you know, where they enter the students. It's fun, it's friendly. We've run it 2 years in a row. Next year, I think we might be having a little break from it. I need to rein in my ideas just a little bit. We went from a 1-day competition in the first year to a jam-packed 3 days, dancing from 8 in the morning till about 10 at night. 600 solos, 40 group routines.
Oh my goodness.
It was crazy. And I have to remember there's one of me. I'm a control freak. I like to make sure everything's done. Oh, sorry.
We've had dogs, we've had babies, we've had doorbells, no problems.
So yeah, it was so busy.
Yeah. So, you're a very busy woman. You must have a good team in place that help you with the studio. What's your philosophy around being a leader?
I think openness, honesty. If something doesn't work, like I'm an ideas person, I like to be controlling. If something doesn't work, I do take a step back and I listen to everyone and we say, why is it not working? And I think that you need to listen to your staff as well. Do you want me to go get rid of the dog?
Yeah, sure. Go get rid of your dog.
Okay. Okay, one dog gone.
Awesome. One dog gone.
Yeah. So yeah, openness, honesty, trust. I trust my teachers. Because we run a full-time college as well. So we have students in studying professional diplomas from 9 till 4 every day. We have about 14 members of staff. And, you know, we all just pitch in to help each other out. We cover everybody else's classes. If there's, I don't want to say the word issue, but if there's anything anyone ever needs to discuss, we do it. We just discuss it. Everyone is open and honest and says what they think.
So important to build a team. To build a team that works together. When do you have a life? I know you've got a family. Tell me how you juggle all of those balls in the air.
It is a juggle. It's the summer holidays now. We've just been away for a week. We were at a family wedding, and then we were visiting the beautiful island of Arran. So if anyone's ever in Scotland, you have to go to this beautiful island. So it was a great break away, but we decided, or I decided in my wisdom, that we would do lots of sponsored posts, and we'd put out our new promo video the week I go on holiday. So my phone's been constantly going. But luckily enough, I had Sally, who's brilliant. She's one of my other teachers. Mm-hmm. She's like my right arm. Mm-hmm. She was staying in my house, so I was able to bounce all my emails onto her. She picked up that. But no, I was still doing a bit of work on holiday. It is difficult. When we had the studio, I worked 7 days. We did parties on Sundays. We used to sometimes do classes 6 days and 3 parties at the weekend. And, you know, when you have a child, you need to take that step back and go, actually, I love my business. I love the studio. I love the parents. I love the kids. But you do need to take time for yourself. And it's tough.
Yeah.
But I have an understanding family.
I'm sure. And I'm, from talking to you and seeing you inside of our programs, you seem like you love to work.
Yeah, and I think there's a saying, if you love what you do, you never feel like you've worked a day in your life.
Exactly.
So yeah, I do. I do love it, probably too much.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in the same boat as you know, as studio owners. We see it a lot. What are your big goals? Like, what do you want to achieve with your studio? You know, you've got a great preschool program, a great kind of regular dance program that you've run. You've got a competition, you've got a college. I mean, what else is there for you to achieve? And I'm sure you've got a lot more ideas, but where do you see this going?
So we've got our college. We started with 4 full-time students. We've slowly expanded it, and now we're up. This September, we should have about 18 come in. So we're going to need a second studio at some point. So I think we're going to try and build up to that. We're looking this year to compete with our gymnastics and do sports acrobatic competitions. So we're getting a competition squad set up. As I said, you know, we'll probably take a break from the competition for maybe the first part of next year. We're nearly ready to launch MAC if any other teachers wanted to have a piece of MAC within their studio as well. That's been a slow 5-year process. You know, just with everything taking off, you can't do everything at the same time. So that's our main goals, is to keep the students that we've got going, keep giving them new opportunities. We're doing a Russian Ballet collaboration in November, so we've got that coming up. We've got a couple of shows next year as well. There is so much, but yeah, the main goal is to have APA number 2.
Yeah,
studio number 2.
So exciting, Rachel. If people are listening and they're thinking, you know, I'd love to have a piece of what Rachel's got going on. What do you think has been, you know, the top 3 qualities that you have as an entrepreneur that have served you and helped you create, you know, what you've created in the business?
Be brave. Don't fear anything. You know, it's probably not going to kill you. So, at the end of the day, it's money. You know, it can be made another day. It can be earned another day. I wouldn't go like putting huge amounts of money on, you know, investing in things. But yet to be fearless and go for it. If you don't do it, no one else will do it for you. So you have to have that motivation. And I think you need to listen to your heart. If your heart's not telling you to do it and you're not 100% invested, don't do it. Walk away from it.
Yeah, so good. They're massive gold nuggets. Rachel, where can our studio owners go to find out more about your studio, also MAC? What's the website? Where can they go?
We have 3.
Okay.
So we've got academyperformingarts.co.uk. That's our main school one. We've got macthemonkey.com, macthemonkey.co.uk. And then we've got our college as well, which is aapacollege.co.uk. I think that's it.
Awesome.
Or just an internet search.
Just do a Google search for Rachel, and she'll be everywhere.
A message inside DSOA will come up.
Yeah. Rachel's one of our members inside of the association after being a part of Mastery. Rachel, I want to end. What did you? I mean, you've accomplished so much. Why did you decide to join our Mastery program?
I'd had your emails for about a year and a half. And then I just thought that there's a few things I wanted to change, wanted to get bigger. And I just wanted a different perspective. And I kind of think if it's worth giving a go, it's worth giving a go, So I just gave it a go. I think I did the 3 months membership or something.
Yeah.
And
probably
then
the course like January Jumpstart or boot camp or something.
No, it wasn't that.
Okay.
It wasn't that. It was just joining the association on Facebook.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because there's loads of dance teacher Facebook groups out there, I wanted something a bit more focused.
Yeah.
Can I say perhaps less whiny and less moany?
Yes, totally. That's what we pride ourselves on. No whingers is our rule.
Something positive where you can go, this is my situation, this is my issue, and you're going to get this is how to fix it, or someone going, oh, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
And I just saw how it was, and I thought, yeah, these are like-minded people. And then I did the Mastery, tried to complete it all in that short amount of time.
Yeah, and there's a lot there. I mean, you can't do the whole thing in 8 weeks.
No, you say that, but I was determined to do it. So I delegated to other staff members, and then realized for a lot of it, it wasn't the right time for us as a studio to implement it because we were coming up to the last term. So there were loads of changes from Mastery that we're now putting in place in August.
Yes.
And I haven't done a formal survey, but I've picked a few brains of our parents. And I think the changes that we're putting in are positive, and everybody just seems to be so happy.
Yeah.
With what the way forward with the studio. So
yeah, that's great. Thanks for sharing that. Awesome, Rachel. Well, such a pleasure to chat with you. I really appreciate your time. It's probably time for you to have a late dinner and maybe go to sleep or work on some more new ideas.
Yeah, I've got many new ideas from being away this week. I think it's dinner, and I see my son. He's not very well, so.
Oh well, please go and look after him.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time, and thanks for chatting with us today.
No problem. Nice to speak to you.